Over the past year, we've seen Disney be embroiled in controversy after controversy, whether that's regarding disappointments at the box office, whether it's about identity politics being shoved into their content, specifically that's targeted towards children, or whether it was their response to the Parental Rights and Education bill, the one that the media gaslit everyone as the Don't Say Gay bill, where Bob Chapek got destroyed from both sides of the political aisle. But it's clear that it had a major impact, as we've seen their stock drop nearly 50% in a year. Well, now the former CEO, Bob Iger, is apparently not very happy with how the current CEO, Bob Chapek, is handling things, because we have a bunch of leaks out there about what a bad job Bob Iger thinks Bob Chapek is doing. This is absolutely intentional. It's likely that he wanted it known publicly that he doesn't appreciate what Bob Chapek has been doing. Bob Iger regrets hiring Bob Chapek, one of his worst business decisions, and we have an entire article that's going to go through all of this. And I think from the very moment that Bob Iger stepped down as Disney CEO, something didn't smell right. The way it was so sudden that it just happened like that, right before COVID happened and everything shut down, like he knew this was going to happen. I think he tried to set up Bob Chapek as the fall guy in this, knowing that a lot of bad things were likely going to happen, so potentially he could swoop back in and be the hero. But it didn't necessarily work out that way, because the board of directors for Disney just gave Bob Chapek a brand new contract. And all of a sudden this comes out here about Bob Iger. Ex-Disney boss Bob Iger reportedly regrets tapping Bob Chapek as CEO. Ex-Disney boss Bob Iger is still reportedly unhappy about the way the Mouse House handled his exit and considers naming current CEO Bob Chapek as his successor one of his, quote, worst business decisions. Iger, who stepped down in early 2020 just before the COVID pandemic hit, came to regret his decision as the scope of the challenge facing the company became clear, according to the report. He said he was tired of being harangued about the succession and said, "Fine, you guys have someone else run the business," a former Disney executive told Insider regarding Iger's initial decision to step down. He greatly regretted it as soon as COVID hit. But this was in the lead up to this. Like, we all said that there was something funny about the way that this happened, that it wasn't normal, especially the fact that Iger went on to still be on the board. So essentially Chapek was still reporting to him. So much of it didn't make sense, and they're laying some of it out here. While the succession plan called for Chapek to report to both Iger and the Iger-led Disney board, their relationship quickly soured. The two execs reportedly disagreed on several key elements of Disney's business, including how the company should be structured and its handling of political matters and its response to COVID. The dysfunction was so significant they had their own advisory teams that occasionally competed, according to a report which cited Disney sources and people familiar with Iger's thinking. Disney did not return a request for comment. And for all this to be coming out right now, again, right after Bob Chapek got a new 3-year deal, it's like Bob Iger wants people to know that he doesn't like it. They remember all the good Iger years, well, now the bad Chapek years. Well, let me put another reminder to them about just how great it was when I was running things. Iger quickly chafed at Chapek's leadership style and found his successor to be a novice in responding to talent management concerns and politics-adjacent disputes, such as the company's infamous contract dispute with Black Widow actress and its clash with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over the GOP-packed Don't Say Gay law. Why would you even fucking write that? That's not what it is. It's the Parental Rights and Education bill, you stupid cocksuckers. But of course, you're going to print lies. Iger also purportedly viewed Chapek as arrogant and uninterested in other people's opinions. Disney execs who were deeply loyal to Iger found his selection to be confusing. No one expected it to fall apart this fast. When he stepped down, effective immediately, tensions between him and Chapek were already running high. The board expected Iger to remain through the end of that year. It was Bob Iger's desire to move the timeline up, and if COVID hadn't happened, none of the stuff between him and Bob Chapek would have transpired. I'm calling a little bit of bullshit. I think Iger did this because he saw COVID coming. I think that's the entire reason he did it in the first place, because he knew it was going to be a disaster. The discord continued even after he formally exited his role as executive chairman. When Disney faced criticism for remaining silent over the "don't say gay" legislation, Iger publicly contradicted his replacement. Again, I think it was intentional to make him look bad in this scenario, noting that he agreed with President Biden's stance that it was a hateful bill. Reportedly, Iger's commentary on the matter had chafed Chapek. The report said the two men have had a falling out and now rarely speak, with the pair exchanging little more than a cordial greeting when crossing paths at the Sun Valley Conference earlier this month. The spat between Disney and DeSantis culminated in the governor stripping the entertainment giant of its special tax status. Obviously, there's been a lot of controversy since Bob Chapek took over. Disney's missteps promoted widespread speculation Chapek could be ousted, with some floating the possibility that Iger could return to replace him. And again, we talked about that. A lot of people thought it was actually going to happen. I never said anything like that would happen, but there were truly people that believed it was not the case. Disney gave Chapek a fresh contract extension, complete with a $20 million annual bonus. Not exactly what Bob Iger probably would have wanted to happen. But the fact that this report gets put out so strategically after this is a message of some sort from Bob Iger to everybody at Disney, and specifically to Bob Chapek. Of that, there can be little to no doubt. And listen, the more drama there is going around there, the better. I think it is hilarious that these people have doubled down on woke identity politics bullshit. They have involved themselves in places where they absolutely do not belong, between a parent and their child. And now they're facing a lot of those consequences for some of these terrible decisions that they have made. What do you think about this news about Bob Iger shitting on Bob Chapek behind the scenes, and now this report getting out there? Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.